What?
Did you ever see your birth certificate? Were you able to look at it and see if there was a man listed, and if so, who that person was?
Well, yeah, about 18 years old, my adopted mother felt that I was old enough, and David Noel was the guy on my birth certificate. And so, we went into a search for that. So I ended up finding the address on him, and I knocked on the door, and I gave him the story, and he told me absolutely not. I only reproduce boys. I have 5 boys, and I don't have girls.
Frankie, he was on the birth certificate.
Yes.
But that's because I was with him while I was carrying him.
He actually told me that he just wanted to do the right thing at the time, which was to sign the birth certificate.
And so you basically, and he agreed, you're going to sign this birth certificate. So she will have
make him sign anything.
He volunteered.
I was going to put father unknown.
But he said, I want to sign this birth certificate.
Because my mother didn't raise us like that.
And I understood, I didn't hold anything against him. Actually, I respected him more for being honest.
So, Mr. Randolph, do you remember having a relationship with Miss Lons?
I have a relationship with Miss Lons. I really do. And it goes back to 1974.
All right.
But the relationship is like this. I'm part of a dance group called the Black Resurgence, who are internationally known for Boogaloo and Robot and Strutting. Her sister and one of the members of our group, her other sister, another member of the group, her and my brother and their friend and I were involved in a relationship. But we had that situation, the group of us, had that situation going on with various sets of girls around the neighborhood.
Oh, say groupies.
When we met Frankie back then, we did what we did. Had I known that it was even suspected that I was the father of any child, I've always stepped up to the plate.
Were you ever even aware she was pregnant?
I know she was pregnant just about every time she was pregnant. But just that's my brother's girlfriend.
It was your assertion that Ms. Lons was also intimate with other members of the band, and we have another member of your band here today. I'd like to hear from him. Jerome, will you please escort Mr. Robertson in the courtroom, please?
Oh, boy.
So, let's get this party started.
Hello, sir.
Well, yeah.
Back in the day, you all had lots of sexual encounters with fans. I don't understand how little people keep appearing, and you don't ever say to yourself, could this child be mine? In the case of Lons versus Randolph Robertson, it has been determined by this court. Today, we have been here discussing fraternity as it relates to Miss Noel. We've heard testimony from Mr. Randolph, your bandmate, talked about back in the day that you all had lots of sexual encounters with fans, we'll say that politely, and that perhaps you, Mr. Robertson, and Miss Lons had a sexual encounter or encounters as well. Did you have a sexual relationship with Miss Lons?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
You did. What was the nature of your relationship with her?
We was a group back there, and then back in the day, one of the hottest groups on the circuit at that time coming up. And I was one of the guys that
All the girls wanted.
They used to call me Don Juan. So it was just a group thing, I never fell in love with none of them. It's just.
So you're basically saying you were having many sexual relationships. You never were in a girlfriend-boyfriend committed relationship. It wasn't a relationship.
It was never a relationship.
You can't say for certain you did not sleep with Ms. Lons during the window of conception.
No,
you don't know.
Say that. I really can't say that.
If you know you've had a sexual relationship with Ms. Lons, when you see her having children and they are part of this band, extended family / village, wouldn't a man then say, if I was intimate with her, could this child possibly be mine?
No, I did not think that, ma'am, because back in the day, it was not like that.
I'm serious about this. This is not funny to me.
It's not.
This is not a joke.
Not anymore.
I have a beautiful young woman next to me, 30 years old, that has come here for my help, and she gonna get it. I want some answers.
Okay.
So, Ms. Noel, have you ever heard about Mr. Robertson as a potential?
Never.
Ms. Lyons has stood here and basically admitted her mistake.
Yeah.
This is what I've done. This is what I was doing. You have also said we were very sexually active. I don't understand how little people keep appearing and you don't ever say to yourself, could this child be mine?
If Elite was my child, why didn't somebody say something to me 30 years ago?
Well, how
Because
could
30 years
I?
ago, I didn't know.
Elite, God
I
bless
don't
your
know.
heart, darling. I wish nothing but the best for you. You look so much like Nefertiti and my children till, yes, we really did think Vic was your father, especially because of Frankie and his relationship. But no way under God's green earth did I ever think that she was my child.
I'm just trying to put it in the right perspective to where my daughter won't look at me like I'm trailer park trash.
I know how badly you want the answers. I know that. And I know how much
bad
you're...
enough to blame it on another man, because at this point to me it matters. What matters to me is how she feels.
And that's what matters to me.
I forgive my mom, you know what I mean? And I'm so thankful that, you know, we have a chance to build a relationship, but at the end of the day, like, I deserve to know everything.
Yes.
It's just that simple.
Miss-
Like, I'm not a child anymore.
I want you to take a moment and I want you to explain to these men and to your mother how living with this pain has affected you.
I mean, I respect you guys for being honest, most importantly. But at the end of the day, you guys have to take some sort of responsibility for your actions. I know it's easy to say with children, from the things that happened in the past, the things that I couldn't control then, and the things that I can't control now.
You're a beautiful, smart young woman, talented,
Thank you.
but you are a human being.
Yeah,
And you have a right to know
I do.
who your father is.
I do.
And I have answers for you.
Okay.
Jerome, the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Lons versus Randolph Robertson, and as to whether Larry Robertson is her biological father, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Robertson, you are not her father. Are you okay, Miss Noel?
I'm fine.
Are you ready for the next result?
Yes.
And as to whether William Ronnie Randolph III is her biological father, it has been determined by this court.
Testing for paternity court provided by DNA Diagnostics Center. Visit mydnatest.com.
Frankie said on national television that their uncle could be her father. And I'm like, what?
I don't want to be judgmental towards my mother, but on another note, I feel like, why do I have to continue to suffer?
In the case of Lons versus Randolph Robertson, as it pertains to 30-year-old Elite Noel, and as to whether William Ronnie Randolph III is her biological father, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Randolph, you are not her father. I'm very sorry, Miss Noel.
Well, as long as you want to keep looking, we don't look.
Thank you.
That's it. We have managed to get the truth in the present. And I'm happy for that. I'm happy for Ms. Noel because it's about moving forward.
And actually, for my mom to say that, like, she supports my decision, and to continue to look back is something different for us. So I feel like this had to happen so that, you know, me and my mom's relationship can get better. And for her to say that she supports me to continue to do that, that is another step. So I'm proud of my mom.
I want to talk done.
I know.
You know I care about this
Yeah, see you
family.
later.
So I would like to see Ms. Lons, Ms. Noel, I'd like to see you both in my chambers. Gentlemen, you are excused. Court is adjourned.